Hi, host Eric here. Host talking with famous people with a response and some attention to some great ideas that are expressed in these comments on this video that Zachary made. And the video is called INTP Yaya or something. I don't know. What's it called? I don't know. I can't see it without messing up my filming thing. I've got kind of a jury rigged setup here. Okay, so this guy named Who says, not Zachary, but I'm an INTP. He's responding to my question that says, or somebody says, like, what do you hate about ENTPs or something? I don't know. He says, I know a bunch of ENTPs, and surprisingly, most of them don't really fit the stereotype I imagined at first. Here are the things I noticed they have in common. Energetic in their own way, but the ways they show energy isn't necessarily partying all night or hyperactive behavior. Creative, witty, quick thinkers, knowledgeable. This is good, but they tend to just accept things too quickly if it's like a random fact they saw online and then get offended when I point out why it could be wrong. We don't get offended. We merely point out that it's irrelevant whether it's wrong because you're missing the framework argument. Obviously. Well, then why did you use it as evidence, Eric? I was testing you. I was testing to see if you were going to catch that. God. Oh, that's great. That's so fucking right on the money. That is so right on the money, dude. Usually friends with everyone, but tend to be a little too obviously, to me at least, fake. It's not really fake. I'm genuinely so enthusiastic about reading this. What it is I've ceased to, I've gotten over my fake cool, more or less. I'm not afraid to look ridiculous a little bit, you know? And sharing my enthusiasm for shit. Sometimes I actually I when I ought to be fake friendly and fake nice, I am notoriously dickish when I feel like I'm supposed to be and I don't want to be, right? That then I'm just like a dick. So I don't know. Maybe you're right though. I love the criticism regardless of whether I think it applies or doesn't or whatever. I'd love to hear this shit. Good sense of humor, tendency to steal ideas, opinions, sentences, etc. for popularity. Well, I do steal a lot of ideas, opinions, sentences, etc., but I reject the notion that it's stealing. I'm attacking your framework. That's what good artists do. Is they pick up little specks here and there and they recombine them and they allow their introverted and extroverted intuition to go to work on those things. It may be for popularity. I agree with that. That's our number one driving force is we really want to be liked. We really do. Weird need for attention. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Can you imagine living like this? Can you imagine? Nobody else could probably imagine. I can't imagine not living like this anymore. I want to be under constant scrutiny by everybody. Although they seem to not like people all that much. Some of them pretty much live for drama, but I prefer that over being passive aggressive, to be honest. I'm struck by this seem to not like people all that much. I think that ENTPs are among the most damaged of all types. That it's rare to find one that's come through in one piece. And, I mean, it's impossible to find one that's come through in one piece, but it's possible to find them who've come through and reassembled themselves. Or it's possible to find, and that's like what I am, or it's possible, I suppose, to find ones who figured it out early and just put the handle on shit, you know? I think Steve Martin's the ENTP, even though the typing places say he's the ENTJ. I think he's the ENTP because of his humor. His humor is not... I mean, ENTJs have kind of similar humor. I don't know, Kunkel made some pretty funny jokes the other day. He was making me laugh. Anyway, let's continue. Unreliable and sometimes unpredictable to a point where it stresses me out. That makes it fun, though. I know, it stresses a lot of people out. It really does. Difficult to figure out, which is one of the biggest reasons why I like them. Not oblivious to others' feelings, but they just kind of don't care, which is fine most of the time. I don't really mind, but can make them selfish. Some unwillingness to compromise, even when it's important to. Open-minded, but at the same time too stubborn to change their minds. It's almost impossible to get them to just stop and admit they're wrong if the discussion is public, open for others to see. I'm an exception to that. I agree with you. but I'm an exception to that, and I've learned. But that's because of my job and my life experience and my just general work with rhetoric and stuff like that. I see concession as a important tool, especially when I am wrong, because it allows you to make the next level up of meta arguments. Why aren't you conceding when you're just as obviously wrong? Here's how you proved I was wrong. I just proved you were wrong, but the same thing. You want to give them ammunition like that you can turn. So, but that's advanced. That's hyper advanced level ENTP argumentation, which you only get if you're trained. You're not gonna ever get there just naturally. You got to have some. You got to be forged in fire competition. That's why everybody who's an NTP should take debate. INTPs, ENTPs, we need you. Okay, I need you. Don't go to the other teams though. Come to my team. We'll kick ass. But these are all tiny bearable flaws. They're not tiny, and for a lot of people, they're not bearable either. My ex-wife couldn't tolerate me any longer. INTPs and ENTPs do tend to get along. We get along great. Oversensitivity and conformity are flaws that might seem minor to others. So you just made the point that I just made prior, and I can't stand them. You can't stand them. Well, I don't mind conformity as long as it doesn't push up against me. But I'm totally disinterested in it. You know, that's the thing. And oversensitivity, yeah, I agree completely. I don't like oversensitivity. Like, come on. You cannot be telling me I hurt your feelings with that again. How can I constantly be hurting your feelings? I'm just talking with you. I'm not even saying mean things. I hate fucking oversensitivity. My grammar is a mess. Your grammar is fine. Who? Bob Fisher. Let's see what Bob Fisher says. Is this gonna mess it up? Ah, it's still good. Okay. Most of this is spot on. Need for attention, but contemptuous of people? Check. Fans, not friends syndrome? Lol. I'm really curious about that. Fans, not friends syndrome. What does that mean? I want to understand that better. Fake, just social chameleon, a bit manipulative depending on the individual, whether that's good or bad. We like to play the game. INTPs often despise the game, and I envy their ability to genuinely not give a fuck what others think and have little to prove. ENTP have everything to prove. Yes, we do, Bob Fisher. Thank you. Thank you, Bob Fisher. I can't stop needing to prove shit all the time. I'm constantly trying to prove myself to everybody. I'm constantly trying to prove to you that I deserve your consideration as a human being who's legitimate, which is a fairly low threshold, right? You should treat me as legitimate instead of crazy. I'm still trying to fight that battle. You know, it's hard, and I just have to prove myself constantly all the time, or else I don't know. I don't know why. Why is that, Bob Fisher? Will you come on, go to meeting with me? Will you please? I want to talk to you. You too, who? I know you probably want to be all silent in the chat and shit because you're an INTP. That's fine. We love you anyway. We love you so much because, you know why we love you so much? You like us. You like ENTPs. Thank you for that. I appreciate it, INTPs. We often manipulate people into doing things they want to do but don't feel right about because they're misguided or arbitrary, inconsistent moral codes conditioned by others, etc. Fuck yeah, Bob Fisher. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Where was I? I feel like the majority of people are full of shit whether they are being authentic or true to themselves. Most don't think for themselves, and their sense of self is based on what they were conditioned to believe. But yeah, thanks for the reply. I love INTPs. They're sometimes boring. Take this too seriously. Yeah, they are a little serious sometimes. I agree with the second one. I don't find them boring. I do find them a little too take themselves too seriously sometimes. I try to poke gentle fun. Sometimes I get a scowl back that tells me I touched a sensitive block of TI or something. I don't know. All right, now let's see who. The fans not friends behavior is amusing more than anything really. Yeah. By fake, I meant like fake friendly maybe. They're often way too quick to directly tell me how much they like me or others. We have a problem with closing the distance. It's written about. I've read about it. I didn't even understand what it meant. It says like ENTPs want to instantly close the distance. They don't understand that there's supposed to be a time frame involved in that. I still feel that way. I don't like the fact that there's a time frame in that. If I like you, I want to tell you right away. Hey, I like you. I want to be your friend. I want to close that distance immediately, disarm you with my, charminess or whatever, until we're actually comfortable with each other, and then we're friends. Why fuck around with some roundabout long nonsense thing? Or I discover I don't like you, in which case I'm just like, okay, well, see, that's the thing. That's why we're considered selfish. Is if I decide I don't like you, I just toss you aside. I like almost everybody. That's the good news. Even though I can tell they don't really like me that much. We do like you that much. You're a fucking INTP. We love the shit out of you. And we're not faking it. You know how you say you have a bunch of ENTP friends. Most NTs and NTPs don't encounter each other that often. We're not that common. We're not as uncommon as INFJs. We're not as uncommon as INTJs, but we're still pretty fucking uncommon. I like the game depending on my mood. Most of the time I don't have the energy to put. I know. You guys are so serious. You don't have the energy to put into fun is what you mean. You have the energy to put into more serious stuff. It's not like we don't care. We secretly do sometimes. But we don't let our feelings affect our judgment and change our behavior. Well, I think my FE is driving my behavior all the time, almost. But that's the difference between me and you. With SI third, you really want something sound that you can reference back to, I think. And that's why you're always trying to construct the grand theory of everything, right? Whereas I came about it sort of from the opposite direction, but ended up doing the same thing. ENTPs, they want to find shit that they can't dismantle. I think INTPs do too, but it's the next step. It's like we reverse orders. INTPs want to find something sound to build on, and then they want to make sure it's sound by seeing if they can dismantle it. Whereas ENTPs want to dismantle. They're looking for something that is not dismantling. That stops dismantling, and when we get there, then we can build back up. Anyway, he also says the moral code thing annoys me too. Life's too short and meaningless to live by weird. Those aren't moral rules or codes. Those are just social mores. That's different. Those things are dumb. Moral codes that are real are good. But that's just a semantics difference. I don't mean to bust your chops, who. They make it really confusing to do the right thing, if anything. I agree with all that. We can be boring and pretentious. I don't find you pretentious at all. I find you boring, not really at all. I find you too serious sometimes. It's a little different than boring. Too serious means like after we've been talking about something big and serious and important and we've got some work done, INTP doesn't like it when then I go and destroy it all. That's what I mean by too serious. But we just decided all that shit. I know, but let's blow it up. No, Eric. That's where INTP and ENTP clash. But here's the thing. I'm learning to adjust, not the other way around. I'm learning to not blow shit up so much. And to follow through on some planning kind of shit. And try to put some planning stuff in other people's hands and put them in charge of the planning stuff. And then, stuff like that. I'm sure you don't have to work on anything. I'm working on those. You're an INTP. INTPs are the cool nerds, remember? Alright, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching with Fence People.